Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing to this channel. News is just in as the Vice Chair of UDA party, Dr. Panyako, has come out to resign from UDA party as the Vice Chair. This comes after the PS, Esther Ngero, came out resigning because the allegations that were coming in was, according to the government, was because of her personal reasons why she resigns as the principal secretary. But the issue of Dr. Seth Panyako is so different with this PS, Esther, where I want us to have a critical analysis why Dr. Seth Panyako has come out to resign as the Vice Chair of UDA party. When this budget bill of 2023 was staged to be passed by these so-called members of parliament from Kenya Kwanza, Seth Panyako came out relenting and complaining about the high taxation that he saw in this budget bill of 2023. This also comes after Dr. Seth Panyako also complained that this was not the William Ruto that they were dealing with during the campaign. He came out saying that William Ruto that they were dealing with during the campaign is not the William Ruto that we are having now, is the different one. Why? He has come out to be against the housing fund that is not in accordance to his expectation. But again, something that you must realize is Dr. Seth Panyako, when it comes to his relationship with Francis Atwoli, is not good because Panyako is having his own cause, Atwoli is having his own cause. And because Francis Atwoli came out supporting the housing fund, the way it was introduced and is being proposed 3%, Dr. Seth Panyako has come out to disagree with this cause of housing fund. Then there might be then a disagreement between Dr. Seth Panyako and Francis Atwoli. Number two, there might be a certain scenario where when he was associating with William Ruto during the campaign or electioneering period, he had certain agreement with William Ruto, and even he became the Vice Chair of UDA because of what he terms like he had an agreement that there were certain issues that William Ruto was going to solve but not to affect Kenyans. So as much as we are concerned, Seth Panyako is not only the Vice Chair of UDA, but he is the leader, I think, of Doctors Union, if I'm not wrong. I think he served as the Secretary General of Kenya National Union of Nurses, also indicated that he had quit the ruling party. This also makes us to notice that Panyako was appointed to the local authorities to Provident Fund Board on March 24th by Treasury Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u. At the funeral, he did not indicate whether he will also leave his position days before his resignation. The former party official expressed dissent over the housing fund. He expressed that Kenyan workers were already overtaxed and new proposals will have seen a number of employees suffer because of this kind of high taxation. But something that also is giving us a lot of question is the government is not coming out to create enough to have the resources to do this housing project, but they want to have it from the people, which as we speak, the people are now suffering because of this kind of high taxation, yet they're adding other issues like house fund. So this house project, despite of them coming out to say that is going to be cheap, affordable, then even if this is going to happen, then I know William Ruto does not want anyone who is close to him having job in his government. For example, like Seth Panyako, who was holding the vice chair of UDA. At the same time, we were being told he was appointed in the Ministry of Treasury, and he had also served as the General Secretary of the National Union of Nurses. So is there any possibility of Dr. Panyako distancing himself from this so-called the government of William Ruto? Of course, yes. This is because he came out explaining the reasons why he is coming against William Ruto's kind of leadership, because this was not the man he knew during the electioneering period. So the William Ruto that is today is a different one, not the one he knew about the promises that they had that they were going to secure and protect Kenyan workers. Yet as we speak now, that person that should come out to protect the Kenyan workers, that is Francis Atwoli, who is the Secretary General of KOTU, he has now come out to be adamant, showing a kind of pathetic leader, whom when you look at the real course that he should come out to do, now is something that is so different. He is so different. Now he is dining and whining with the government. How do you expect Francis Atwoli now to come out to reject William Ruto's proposals? And the other time, William Ruto said that he has never seen any foolish man like Francis Atwoli. So he's just a man who is trying to cleanse himself before William Ruto and trying to beg certain issues that is going to benefit his interest. And by the way, I told you in certain videos here, when you look, someone is going to beg William Ruto, bowing before William Ruto, is a man either having a case in court, maybe when it comes to grabbing land, corruption, killing, all those kind of things. So he believes that when he or she associate himself or herself with the government, he is on a safer side. But nevertheless, let me say that that will not keep the justice to die. But as time goes by, I believe 100% sure William Ruto is not going to be the president of the Republic of Kenya forever and ever. These cases might be revisited because this is something that is affecting certain individuals. People like Nurdin Haji, his award was withdrawn by IT Kenya. It is a clear indication it is not something that we as Kenyans we are seeing. Another example is United States of America came out saying that we are ready to have a business partnership or business deal or trade deal, but as long as you will keep your promise that those who are corrupt must be sent home. That is the only real cause. So this kind of resignations are going to come day in, day out. Either one, someone is being squeezed in a certain corner that look, even things are worse, you should not speak about. Two, some people are going to resign because they are going to be frustrated, blackmailed, in a kind of way that they will not be able or comfortable, or rather they will not have a conducive environment to work towards the offices that they're having. Another thing is, some people will feel like, for example, elected leaders will start distancing themselves from this kind of leadership of William Ruto, because they will feel like people are now hostile to this government. As long as they're going to be hostile to the government, at the same time, they will be hostile to the elected members of parliament who are associated with this kind of leadership. Not only members of parliament, but across the board, be it parastatals, be it the government agencies. People are going to resign because of blackmail and frustration, and also disappointment that this was not the expectation. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts towards the resignation of the Vice Chair of UDA, Dr. Seth Panyako? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye bye till we meet on another video.